Hello students, in this video we will discuss some questions with the answers from the story, My Elder Brother, written by Munshi Premchand. There are some questions outside of the exercise of the book. These are for the serious students for a better understanding and also for scoring a better marks. Here is the list of the questions.
Question 1. Why did Bayer sit with books for hours? Answer. According to Bayer, in the play, My Elder Brother, one should make his foundation in education very strong. He thought if the base was strong, then the building would stand firmly. With this thought, he spent hours with books to firm his base in education. Question 2. How older is Bayer than Munna? Answer. Bayer is 5 years older than Munna. Question 3. What does Bayer generally do when he sits to study? Answer. Generally, Bayer sits with books for hours. He writes the same word almost 20 times, one sentence more than 20 times, and copies poems several times in beautiful letters. Question 4. According to Bayer, what does Munna do most of the time? Answer. According to Bayer, Munna does not effort sufficient time in his study. He always tries to run to the field, plays marbles, flies paper kites, or sits idling away with friends for fun. Question 5. Why did Bayer scold Munna? Answer. Bayer was upset with Munna as he thought that Munna was not utilizing his time properly. Bayer wanted Munna to be more serious about his study instead of wasting his time in his own amusement. So when Munna asked Bayer to go to fair in the village, Bayer got angry and scolded Munna. Question 6. Why did Bayer think that Munna was wasting his father's hard-earned money? Answer. Bayer always thought that Munna was not utilizing his time properly. He thought that Munna should be more conscious about his study instead of wasting his time in his amusement. He thought that Munna was passing the classes luckily without knowing anything. So he thought that Munna was simply wasting his father's hard-earned money. Question 7. Was there any time to play in the schedule made by Bayer for Munna? Why? Answer. There was no time to play in the schedule made by Bayer for Munna. According to Bayer, playing is just an unnecessary wastage of time. A student could do better result if he could invest the time in studying instead of playing. That is why there was no time to play in the schedule made by Bayer for Munna. Question 8. What was the thinking of Munna about playing? Answer. Munna loved playing very much. He liked the green fields and the gentle breeze in the field very much. He wanted to jump up like a football and also liked the touch and go and the hoo-too-too sounds of kabari. He was pulled like a magnet by the hurry and flurry of the volleyball. He was so much fond of playing that it could make him forgotten about everything. Question 9. What were the results of final exams? Answer. In the final exams of 2 successive years, Bayer failed and Munna passed with good marks. Question 10. What did Bayer think about Munna after his good result in exam? Answer. Bayer thought that Munna luckily passed the examination with good result, but his knowledge was not good enough for being successful in life. He also thought that Munna would face a huge problem to understand the difficult subjects like algebra or geometry in higher classes. Question 11. Why did Bayer face difficulties in geometry? Answer. Bayer faced difficulties in geometry because he tried to memorize the problems without understanding them. Question 12. Why was Munna unhappy though he passed the examination with good marks? Answer. Munna passed the examination with good marks. But his elder brother was unable to pass the examination in 2 consecutive years. So Bayer, elder brother of Munna, was very much upset and sad. The sadness of Baya made Munna unhappy though he passed the exam with good marks. Question 13. Why was Munna become naughtier? Answer. In 2 consecutive years Munna passed the examination well with good marks but Baya failed in both. So Baya was upset and became gentler with Munna. This made Munna more naughtier than earlier. Question 14. Why did Baya say, understanding does not come only from reading books? Answer. A man cannot understand or handle the real life problems using only the knowledge gathered from reading books, he needs realization. Which is very much essential to handle the problematic situations of real life. The realization comes from experiences which come with time, age. This is why Baya said, understanding does not come only from reading books. Question 15. Why did Baya not play or fly kites? Answer. Baya was 5 years older than his younger brother Munna. He knew that he himself was not good in study but Munna was a brilliant student with a bright future. Besides, he also knew that Munna was very much fond of amusements, like playing, flying kites, sitting idling away with friends etc. If Baya would play or fly kites then it would encourage Munna to do those things a lot more. This would obviously affect Munna's education. As a responsible elder brother Baya stopped himself from playing and sacrificed his desire to play for a better future of Munna. Question 16. What are the reasons for which one should like the character, Munna? Answer. I like the character of Munna because he is a brilliant student with a bright future. He is very much intelligent and he requires a very little time to understand and realize the subjects which he reads. He also has a sharp memory to remember his study easily in the time of examination. Besides, he is also social and behaves well with others. He is also respectful to his elders. That is why one should like the character of Munna. Question 17. What are the reasons for which one should like the character, Baya? Answer. I like the character of Baya mainly because of his responsibility. He knows he is not a good student at all and he also likes to play like other boys. But he always keeps himself busy in study to inspire his younger brother Munna to study. Munna loves playing more than studying and always tries to run to the field. Baya sacrificed his desire of playing to watch out Munna and to increase Munna's study time. Baya's playing may inspire Munna to play a lot more and this may affect his education as well as his future. So Baya sacrificed his own desire for the benefit of his younger brother. The sacrifice of self and the responsibility at this age make the character of Baya great. Question 18. Who is the writer of the story, My Elder Brother? Answer. Munshi Premchand is the writer of the story, My Elder Brother.
Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe the channel if you like it.